Okay, this is Doug from Rusted Wrench Garage. Back to do some work on the Camaro. So, here's what we got going on today. As you can see, my brake lines, well, it's quite a mess. And they run over to there, coming down under here and run all the way to the back. So, I was laying in bed the other day and I was thinking about this, and we've been doing all we can to get the car to run fast, but maybe we should do something to make it stop. Well, it's stopping, but we got to figure this car's what, 45 years old, and that's about the one thing I haven't changed on the car. Still has all the factory brakes on it, but everything else, all the brake lines, they're like 45 years old, and I got to thinking, you know, they may need replaced just to make sure this thing's going to stop if we get it to run as quick as we think it will. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to replace all the brake lines, every last one of them. I already did the wheel cylinders and the brake front calipers. It's all stock, new rubber lines, but the metal lines hadn't been done yet. So that's what we're going to do. Now I got these from Summit. It says they came from the shop. So that'll probably be good. But it comes with the back one. You can see here, I got it. And this one here is labeled, what's that say? Pair. That's for the rear axle. And that one is for the front brake line. So it's supposed to be a complete set to replace everything. So we're going to get these old ones off and start putting these on and just see how big of a pain that thing is. So I think first we're going to try to break it loose from this proportioning valve, which it's been replaced. And hopefully these things come loose. Hasn't been on that long. There we go. But we're going to take this off. Then we had our fuel return line down here too. I don't know if you can see it. We might as well get rid of that too while we're here. I mean, we don't need it. We might want to put something under that because I'm sure it's going to start dripping fluid everywhere. All right, I got a drain pan under there, so well, that's loose there too. Got to remember to tighten that up. And well, it's off already. Okay, now we got to get it loose from all underneath the car. It should have clips. So let's try that. Okay, well, see what you slide under here. There you can see the brake line. And it's got these clips. And they go all the way under here. There's another one. And they're going running through my subframe connectors and going back to the rear end. So we're going to get all that off of there, and we'll be ready to put the back on. All right, well, we got one of the bolts out. Let's see if we can get the rest. Hopefully I got this up high enough. It's coming down. There's that. I think we got another one right there. Back there. And, well, what else do we have under here? It's going up here. Boy, I hope there ain't one under that. Running up here. It's coming right to there. Get that one out. Okay. That's going to be a problem right there, I do believe. And on there, actually, well, that went to the old fuel return. So it's got this all loose. I wonder if it's got that pinched, huh? I'm thinking maybe we'll cut that since we don't need it. Yeah, maybe we can get just the regular one through there. I hope. I sure do hope. Because it's not. Yeah, she's pretty tight. Let's come around the other side. See what we're looking at. Okay. I think, yeah, we're just going to unhook it from here. And like I said, that's the old return. We're not going to have to use it, so we can leave that off. So I guess we just bust it loose here and screw that other one in there. So let me go get a wrench for that. Let me move you over here so I can get in there and work on that. Maybe he's over here some. I don't know. Kind of caught up by the rear end, aren't you? All right, let's see if we can. Hopefully y'all can see that. I'm not really quite sure what size that is, so I just brought a bunch. So I don't have to get in and out of the car. That was a 17. I bet it's going to be a 16, which we don't have. So, well, come on. That'll be one of these sizes. Okay, see if that'll hold it anyhow to break that loose. And that's not going to. That thing's a little bit stripped. That was a 12. I don't think. Well, maybe 11 will go on there. Okay, it's not going to come loose. So we'll use a pair of vice grips on it. Okay, this is the scariest part about doing these, is trying to break these fittings loose. If we can't get it here, we may have to heat it up, but we're going to try. Well, no, that didn't work. Okay, come loose. Okay, something happened. Yeah, it came loose. Good deal. Okay, are we going to lose fluid out of there? Okay, now we got to snake them through that down there. And that's going to be a deal. Let's maybe get that clip off, because we're going to have to reuse those. Well, now I'm getting brake fluid. Get those out. All right, we're gonna have to get a rag. I'm dropping brake fluid every place. It's just going everywhere. All right, let's go. Let me get a rag. Make sure I'm not leaking there. See if we can figure this out. So here's where we're monkeying with. I get these things through that. Get all these clips off the brake lines. these here so we can separate the two. Kind of see if we can't give a little bit. Well, we may have had a little movement. Come on. Well, it's coming. Okay, well, there's the brake line. Now let's get this return line out of here somehow. Now it's got a clip on it. Let me get that clip off. I can help it get through there. Well, a little better. Well, can't bend that one. Okay. Now, which way is it? What does it need to do here? There it is. Okay. Now we got, well, smacking it all up against the car. Got more brake fluid all over the floor again that we'll be laying in later. So let's see if we can't grab some old rags. Well, you can hear all that banging around. Everything's just going bad up here. Okay, get that cleaned up. All right. As you can see, we got that old brake line out of there. And it looks like somebody has spliced that brake line at one time. You know how I know? Not because of that, because I'm the one that did it. So, see if we can get that other one to run back through there. Okay, and if you can see, that one has came pre-bent. Well, pre-bent to fit it in the box. So, but it's not kinked. So I believe we can make that work. Well, okay. After wrestling that thing for a while to get it through there and getting the bends in the right place, we finally got that on and got it hooked up and tightened up, and I think that part's going to be all right. That looks pretty good. So let's get the rest of it ran up to the front and see if that's as much fun as the back was. If we come up here, you can see it needs to hook there, and that is like way long. So, but it could be because this proportioning valve is in a different place since I ran them line locks. So I think what we'll do is run the rest of the hoses and see where we come out. If we have to, we can cut this spring back, cut that line and flare it, put that end on there to get it to hook up. So, no big deal. Let's continue on. Okay, so we got the one running from the front to the back. Then you got one that goes across the rear axle. It's two different brake lines. There's a short one and a long one. And they're in a little block, distribution block. Really kind of scared of that. If I'll be able to break those loose since they've been in there that long. They both look in good shape. So we're gonna act like maybe right now those are okay, and try to tackle the front, because it looks like it's going to be an ordeal too. You can see that's got to run across there. It gave me some little ones too, maybe to go to that distribution block, but the way I've got it with my line lock there, I mean, you can see it's just a mess. So I think what we're going to do is just get rid of all this stuff for right now. Take all of it off, start running the new stuff. Run that over there, get rid of this old one, and see how we come out, where we end up. We may end up having to make some stuff. I don't know. We're going to find out. So I think for now, we'll just get all this mess, all this garbage and mess off. We might as well. This is the wire to my line lock. We're just going to go ahead and clip it and get rid of all of it and start fresh. It's going to think it's going to be our best bet. I don't know. We might be sorry. Who knows? But let's clip this right there and get it. That's the ground. Well, yeah, let's just get it off of there too. Start from there. See where we end up. It could be one big mess. But you don't know if you don't try. So get the master cylinder unhooked and let it leak all over the floor. I've got a pan under there, so we should be good. Well, at least these came off easy so far. Okay. I say, they put this cage in there. They really got it wedged in there. Okay, where do we got to get this? Here is going to go to the line lock. And we got to find the right wrench for that. I believe it's going to be smaller than what I got out here, that's for sure. But we'll get it, we'll get it. Should we try 3/8? Is that gonna? Let's try to get it from here. Instead. Okay. So we had to do a lot of adapting and stuff to get this line lock on there. And I guess we could run without it, but I'd kind of like to have it on there. Makes it handy when you're doing a burnout. Okay, that's off. Let's get this one off here. Somehow. See, we got our master cylinder going through the distribution block, comes out to the back. There's the front, comes through here, and it feeds in here, and this is one side of the front, that's the other side of the front, and it locks those brakes up. We gotta remember that when we start putting it back together. Well, what's going on here? Okay, you get another wrench. That's a 17, so we know that's not going to be there. Let's try a ½ inch, and then put our 3/8. somehow on here. And hope it breaks loose. It's not going to. It's just going to strip that. So, I don't know, can we get the vice grips to grip onto that? I guess it, okay. I think we're going to be replacing that line anyhow. So if we had stripped it, it wouldn't really make a difference. But let me get all this mess off of here. Start fresh and clean. And then we'll go from there. Here's where we're at so far. I got that front one ran. But what it was is, see how the brake line sits on top of the A-frame? Over here it sat on top of the A-frame too. The bracket was right there, but that's too close to my wires and my headers. So I had a hole right there. So what I did is I drilled another hole right here and just ran my brake line through that. And I took that bracket, drilled a hole so I could screw it right there to keep that out of the way. So now I got it ran through there, and I think everything will be fine. It's got that wire on it, so it's not really going to chafe. It's not hitting on the sides there. So now we got to just figure out all that mess right there. So let's see if we can figure that out. Okay, well, there you go. I mounted my line lock solenoid up here to the roll bar right there. And I mean, it's still got a lot of hose there, but it's a little cleaner. And we got a proportioning valve here. Our line lock runs up there. We got our front brakes hooked up. Everything's hooked up. And should be good to go. But so I guess that's it for the running the new brake lines. So if you got a second gen Camaro and you got to run new brake lines, there you go. It wasn't too hard. It's just because I added line locks and stuff, so it took a little bit to get the right bends and stuff in them. And they're stainless steel lines, excuse me. So it took a little bit to bend them. But well, I hope you learned something or at least enjoyed it. So that's Doug for Rusted Wrench Garage. I'll see you on the next video.